Zevahim Daf Kof Aleph, starting from Kof Amud Bet, 7 lines down. Rabbi Elazar said in the Mishnah, Af Menasech Mea Hag Bahut, someone pours the water of Sukkot outside, and Hag is Chayav. Marbi Yacham Mishum Rabbi Ben Achim Yotafa'ah. Bilazar ben Bishad Rabbi Akiva Amar Bo Amar. Rabbi Elazar was talking through his teacher Rabbi Akiva. Damar Nisuch Haman Drater, because he holds that pouring the water on Sukkot is the Raita Minatura. Tenor Rabbi Yechia Omer. Unsa Chayav Shnei Sukkot. The pasuk mentions plural libations. Echad Nisuch Haman water, Echad Nisuch Yain wine. So you see, it's biblical. Just like over there by the wine, and you need 3 lugin. I've consciously used to by ordering 3. But the other just said the water, which sounds like any amount. Another question is if, just like over there, you could do it all year round. I've consciously do the water all year round. It says only limited to Sukkot. How does that make sense? Therefore, he forgot what Rabbi Yassi said. The famous halacha, halacha regarding plowing fields less than 10 pieces, less than 10 saplings on Shemitah. Arava, the special ceremony on Sukkot. Nisuch hamayim, and this halacha, pouring water on Sukkot. Halacha Moshe Messinai, halacha Moshe Messinai. You don't need a source, you don't need to compare it. This is the halacha, and that is that. You don't need a source from the Torah. Someone pours 3 lugin of water outside on Chag, Yechayav. Belezer Omer, if you filled it up for the name, for the purpose of the Chag, then he's Chayav. What's the difference? They're both saying the same thing. Where it says the difference, Amar Rabbi Nachman by Yitzchak. The first and difference is whether or not you have to have a maximum requirement. The Balamar, different answers because whether or not they were able to bring it in the wilderness. The Bezer hold that there was no such thing in the wilderness, in the Midbar, and Tanakham holds their word. Third answer, Ravina Amar, are we able to learn halachot from the water, from the halachot of wine? That's the difference in machloket as well. To number 9, similar machloket, someone pours 3 lugin of wine outside on chayav. The other Rabbi Shimon Omer, the hook should complete this only if it was put in a clay sharet. Now, what's the difference? The difference is whether or not if it was overflowing. According to Adam, only if you poured it into the kli. Therefore, if it's on top overflowing, it becomes kadosh. Tanakama holds no. It's not considered kadosh. It has to be inside. Okay. Different answer. Difference is whether or not if you offered it in a private mizbeach. Tonight, so the same machlok that found in it says, "B'mat yachid." Private bima does not need to be libations. So Rabbi Shimon will agree with Rabbi and Tanakh with Hachamim. But same machlok over here. But it says kitavo when you shall come to Eretz Yisrael it's referring to you need libations for a community bama mizbeach. Who says maybe it's even private bama? About teaches you how to be that's referring to a major one. Did reach Mishma. Rabbi says no. Kita when it says you shall come, the unit is referring to a minor one, private bama. Yet Tomer the bama katan is only private, not only small. Or any other bama but even major. Sure, if the pasuk says the land of your living, had to be marked to make the is referring to major. So we see whether or not you need a libations in a private. Now, when you look at this machlokah, the Rebbe Yishmael lo karbon zachin vari. According to him, you do not offer wine libations in the wilderness. The Rebbe Akiva karbon zachin vari. According to Rebbe Akiva, they did. Okay, next part Mishnah says, "Sherei adam shekerevan b'achut hayav." If you offered the remaining of the blood outside your chayav, Mar Rabbi Yochanan, Tanad Rabbi Yochanan is the Rebbe Mar Shirayim Ma'arvin. Rabbi Yochanan is according to the opinion that holds that the extra blood that you have extra when you pour it, that is considered essential, and that's why you're chayav if you pour it outside. The question is, what do you mean? Why you're chayav? If that's just considered like a bonus, extra. It's not considered main part of the mitzvah. My said, I'll prove to you from the fact that the limbs and the fats of the korban, so they're also considered extra. If you offer to say chayav, so it's over here as well. He answered him, 1 second. The limbs and the fats, that's considered a new avodah. But the blood, extra blood pouring, that's not considered a new avodah. Tishna B'chayav. The Gemara says, Ve'emita. Now, according to what we just said, Ibn Nechemia will really hold that pouring is considered essential. Le'melei should answer him, yes, it is considered essential. But he didn't answer that, so he didn't. Shiv to that question. Now, since the fact that we see that Machok between Aradabaz, if we're referring to the extra blood of the inner Hataot, seemingly then the outer Hataot, there is no Machoket. So what do we say? Maybe we can say that the Rabbi Nechemia said in the Mishnah that your Chayav is only by the inner Hataot. And the upright someone outside, that's why over there it won't be a Chayav. Yeah, that's the case. If you're on the Mishnah talking about inner Hataot, name a letter, Rabbi Nechemia should answer easily. I only mentioned inside. But since he did not give that answer, it must be he was not differentiating between inside and outside. There's where the Rabbi Akiva Kamar must be Nechemia was not talking about it on halacha. He was talking according to his Rabbi Rabbi Akiva. He himself would hold that it is Hayav, but Rabbi Akiva doesn't. Okay, Amolek et ha'af b'fnim v'hela b'chutz chayav. Someone did milika on a bird inside the Mikdash, and then he offered outside a chayav. Malak b'chutz v'helam b'chutz patur. If you did milika outside, which is not considered slaughtering, because milika outside is not considered slaughtering, then you're patur. If you slaughtered a shechita with a knife and the bird inside, not outside, you're patur because it's not considered a good shechita. If you slaughtered outside, which shechita outside is chayav, and you offered outside, then you're chayav. Inside we see from here. If it's the correct way inside, yani milika, it's patur outside. If it's the correct way outside, the shechita is patur inside because you're supposed to do milika inside. The Rishon which says no, kol shahayvin alav b'chutz, anything's chayav outside like shechita or milika. Hayvin alav kazid b'fnim shahayv b'chutz. So you be chayav as well if you did it inside and you offer it outside. Chutz min hashachid b'fnim b'lam b'chutz. If you did shechita inside and you offer it outside, you're not patur because shechita is meaningless. Gemara says 1 second. Hay hechshiro. When you said that this is considered making it kasher through shechita inside, chayivahu. You're not chayav. You're not. It's not good. You're making you chayav because you're doing it incorrectly. The Gemara says in true. Tani chayivahu. We will call it a liability versus a kosher way of doing it.